Finella's magical sparkle. Once upon a time, deep in the bright blue waters of Coralbay Reef, there lived a fish named Finella. Her shiny scales were like little rainbows. They flashed blue, purple, and green, catching the sunlight and sparkling like magic every time she swam by. Everyone in the reef agreed Finella was the prettiest fish around, and Finella knew it too. Each day, just after the sunbeams began dancing through the waves, Finella would glide to the biggest clamshell mirror tucked between the sea fans. She would turn this way and that, looking at her reflection, and sigh.
I really am extraordinary.
Other fish and even the crabs would notice her, but Finella sailed past with barely a nod, fluttering her tail with a sense of pride that sparkled almost as much as her scales. But as the days went by, Finella became so wrapped up in her reflection that she barely spoke to the other creatures of the reef. She never stopped to ask about the hermit crab's new shell, or listen to the octopus's stories of shipwrecks and lost pearls. Her world was made of glances and glimmers. One morning, as Finella shimmered past the coral gardens, a sobbing sound reached her. She saw Oriel, a gentle, elderly sea turtle, blinking back tears.
My nephew Tuco, is stuck in the old cave, and I can't swim fast enough to get help.
Oriel cried.
He was chasing a drifting jelly fruit, those glowing ones that float near the rocks. He swam too deep into the cave, and a wave pushed a pile of coral across the entrance. I tried, but I can't move them or fit through the gap.
Finella hesitated. The cave was far and twisting, lined with bristling coral points. It would be easy to scratch one of her perfect, gleaming scales. She caught her reflection in a ripple of water, then looked back at Oriel's worried face.
Please, I don't know who else to ask.
Finella's heart gave a lurch she'd never felt before. Without another glance at her reflection, she said,
All right, I'll do it. Stay here.
With a sudden burst of energy, she shot through the winding reef, brushing past kelp and rocks, determined to find help. She found Darla, the swiftest dolphin in the bay, and led her back to the cave.
He's just a little turtle, Darla, Finella said, her voice firm but trembling. He's scared and trapped behind coral. Please be gentle, but fast. We don't know how long he's been in there.
Darla nodded with a flick of her fin.
Got it! Lead the way, Finella!
As they reached the cave, Finella turned to Oriel.
We'll get him out. I promise.
Darla squeezed through the tight rocks with gentle strength, guiding Oriel's nephew to safety. The reef erupted in cheers as Oriel hugged his nephew.
Come here, buddy.
Oriel said.
You're safe now. Uncle Oriel's got you. You gave us quite a scare.
Hooray for Finella, the others called, their voices echoing through the bubbling water. For the first time, Finella felt something better than admiration for her scales. She felt proud, and not for how she looked, but for what she'd done. From that day on, Finella didn't just shine on the outside, she sparkled from within, and the whole reef noticed. Because sometimes the brightest beauty is kindness, and that glow never fades.